today I am going to be starting my back to school series as I promised you all. And no, my first video is not makeup, it's not fashion, it's not hair. It is actually freshman advice, 9th grade advice, going into high school advice. Yeah. In case any of you did not know, I'm 16 years old and I am entering 11th grade, so I'm going to be a junior. So I have fully completed my freshman year 2 years ago. So yeah. So with that being said, I have some notes and stuff and some tips and all that stuff I'm going to share with you guys for this video. And then I also have some questions that you guys asked me that I am going to answer. And just so you guys know, disclaimer, everybody is different. Everybody's high school is different. This is just from me speaking from what my preference is, what I think you should. Of course, these things could be changed, and yeah. Anyways, with that being said, I don't want to blabber too much more because I already blabbered a lot in the beginning, so yeah, let's get started. Alright, so first thing that I have written down on my phone, I have all the stuff in my phone. The first thing is to go to your freshman school orientation and make sure you pay attention when you were there. And this is so important because, of course, you're entering a new high school. You may not have been there a lot. You don't know the way of the school, like how the school works. You don't know the map of it, the layout. Going to your school orientation is extremely important because it is going to help you a lot on the first day find where you are going. Also, another thing adding on to the orientation is try to look good at your orientation, because especially if you're entering a new high school and stuff like that, you're going to want to make some friends, and it's always good to make some friends at orientation before starting your first day of school. So when the first day of school starts, you already know some friends there. So I mean, if you make a good first impression, you know, it helps with meeting people. Alright, so the next thing is actually about your schedule. So when your schedule comes in the mail, they normally give you a map also, or when you get your agenda book on the first day of school, there's also a school map in the back of it or in the front of it or whatever. So what I would suggest is when you get your schedule, go onto the map and take a highlighter and highlight where all of your classes are. This is going to make it so much easier to find your classes. I do this every single year. I'm probably going to even do it junior year. I did it in 10th grade, I did it in 9th grade, I did it all through middle school. It's just going to help you a lot finding your classrooms, because I mean, you're going to be searching all over the map trying to find where it is, and just highlighting them before you go in the first day of school is going to really, really help you get to your classes quicker. Alright, so on the actual first day of school, try to be on time. I know that you're a freshman, you're going into a new school, you don't really know the school yet, you don't know it too well to just wander the hallways and find your classes immediately, but always be on time for your classes. In high school, every single day you should be on time for your classes. The first 2 days, maybe first 1 or 2 days of school, I mean, the teachers, if you're late to your class, they'll cut you a little bit of slack because I mean, you don't know the school that well yet. But I mean, always be on time for class. You're not looking cool if you're coming into class a little bit late. Nobody cares if you're late for class, you just look like an asshole. So always try to be on time for your classes. It's gonna help you a lot too, because if you come into class late, you're gonna not know where you are. You're gonna have to get caught up with everything. So yeah, just long story short, be the good kid and be on time for your classes. Alright, so the next thing besides teachers is of course your classmates, and this is to be friendly to everyone. Be friendly to all your classmates. You'd be surprised how many of them are going to be friendly back to you. If you're nice to people, people are going to be nice back to you, and it's going to help you make friends, because I mean, if you go into the first day of school acting like a total bitch, like you know the place, nobody's going to want to talk to you because you're acting like you're better than everybody else, and nobody likes a person like that. So just act normal, act like yourself, and just make some friends, you know? Just be very social, be a social butterfly. And the next thing going along with making friends and being nice is the upperclassmen. Just be nice to the upperclassmen. I know there's so many fads and everything, is Freshman Friday real? Freshman Friday is not real. Maybe it's real. People say it's real, the upperclassmen will tell you it's real just to get the freshmen scared and stuff like that. If you are nice to the upperclassmen and you don't start any issues with them, you don't act like you're better than them, then you will be fine. You won't get thrown into a garbage can. If you're acting like an ass, if you're acting like you're better than them, if you're trying to fit in with them and stuff like that, then they're gonna look at you in a different point of view, and they're probably not gonna like you as much. So just saying, just be nice to the upperclassmen, be nice to everybody in the school, of course, and nothing's gonna happen. Freshman Friday will be non-existent. You really shouldn't worry about that stuff. The next thing, talking about fitting in, being somebody that you're not. Stop the drama. Oh my god, drama. I hate drama. Everybody hates drama. Middle school, nobody gives a crap that Sally wore the same Skechers as you, okay? That's all over now. You're in high school, you're maturing, you're supposed to not get involved with drama. If you start drama, people are probably gonna hate you. The next thing is to read the books that your English teacher tells you to. If you're in English class and you're reading a book, make sure to read the chapter every single night. I know you might be tired or anything like that, but just make sure to read it some point before you go into the class and it's due. Trust me, this is going to help you. Your teacher is giving it to you for a reason. You might learn something from it, and then of course when you take your test on the book at the end of the entire book, like when you end the book, it's gonna help you a lot that you read the entire thing, because if you don't read it, you're probably gonna fail the tests. I'm telling you that right now. So just read the books that your English teacher gives you. The next thing is, just because your friends start drinking, smoking, doing drugs, all that stuff, doesn't mean that you have to. Listen, if you don't want to do that stuff, if you're not into drinking, smoking, doing drugs, all that, by all means don't. You shouldn't be doing that. Those are all terrible for you. I understand that people are gonna go to high school parties, they're gonna go out with their friends, and maybe they wanna get high or something like that, or they wanna get drunk, and that's normal because of a lot of high schoolers do that. As terrible as it is, a lot of high schoolers do that. Personally, for me, if you guys were wondering, with me, I don't go to high school parties, I don't get drunk, I've never gotten high, I've never smoked. It's just my preference. I prefer not to do that. If you're in a group of friends or you're friends with somebody and they are trying to peer pressure you into drinking, smoking, doing drugs, any of the stuff that you don't want to do, they're not your real friend. Listen, if your friend's doing all that stuff, but she or he understands that you don't want to do that stuff, that's fine. They're not peer pressuring you into it. However, if you have friends that are trying to get you to do it, you shouldn't be friends with them anymore, because true friends would not do that to you. Personally, for me, I have a best friend that smokes weed all the time, and the reason I am still friends with her, never once has she asked me if I wanted to, never once has she offered it to me, never once has she tried to peer pressure me into doing it. She just knows completely that I am not into that whatsoever, so she keeps it away from me, and we are still best friends. But all I'm telling you is, with the drugs, alcohol, and stuff of that, the one thing I can tell you is just to not do it. It's not going to make you cooler or less cool. I mean, it really doesn't matter. But in my opinion, you shouldn't be doing that. It's bad for you anyways. I mean, if you're going to a high school party and stuff like that, and you end up doing it once, okay, it was once, it was a high school party. In my opinion, you shouldn't be doing that stuff though. Alright, so the next thing is the phrase being popular. That phrase is thrown around so much in middle school that it actually disgusts me. Listen, when you get into high school, you shouldn't be worrying about being popular or not being popular. Even in middle school or elementary school, you shouldn't be worried about the phrase popular. When you get into high school, everybody should just be equal. Nobody's more popular than the next. Popular shouldn't even exist. I even hate saying the word because it's the dumbest thing ever. Seriously, just don't try to fit in with a group that you think will make you more popular. Don't try to get up in there because you're just gonna look dumb in the end. Just stick to who your true friends are. Don't try to get into like another crowd, a bad one or anything like that. I mean, of course, like I said, be a social butterfly. Get around with everybody, not sexually. I didn't mean that. I didn't mean to say that. I meant get around with everybody, as in be friendly with everybody, not as in... But yeah, just listen, the whole phrase of being popular and all that stuff just really shouldn't exist in high school. Just don't worry about being popular, having more popularity than another person has, because it's the dumbest thing ever. You shouldn't be worrying about that. Just stick with who your real friends are and you will be fine. The next thing is, I suggest walking normally in the hallways unless you want to be pushed. Don't run in the hallways 500 miles an hour. Don't slow walk in the hallways like a sloth. Just walk normally. You don't want to be the kid that dashes through the hallways, nor do you want to be the kid that just walks so slow in the hallways. Seriously, every school has that kid that runs in the hallway, and everybody has that kid that just walks really slow in the hallway. So just walk a normal pace. Please don't piss anybody off. Don't piss anybody else off. Just walk a normal pace. Alright, so the next thing is, I know as much as you want to dress as a bum, you know, I mean, there's gonna be the people that dress really nice, and there's gonna be the people that dress as a bum. Listen, when you look good, it boosts your confidence. And when you're feeling confident, it's gonna help you do better in your schoolwork. So my suggestion is to try not look like a bum every single day. Of course, you're gonna have your days where you wanna be a bum, go right ahead. But for the majority of the days, just try to look a little bit presentable. Because when you're feeling confident in your own skin, it's gonna help you to do better in the class, because you're gonna be like, yeah, I'm feeling great today, and then you're gonna get your work done and you're gonna feel even better. The next thing that a lot of people in high school do not do is utilizing their locker, but I really think that you should utilize your locker. You don't want to be the kid that's holding like 10 books at a time running through the hallways like that. Please don't do that. Use your locker. I mean, at some high schools they allow you to carry a backpack, some high schools they don't. For my high school, we're allowed to carry a backpack, and I do carry my backpack. However, I only keep like maybe like 2 books in it at a time. Just keep all of your books in your locker and switch them out when you have the free time to go to your locker. Just keep maybe like 3 books by the most with you, so it's not a lot that you're holding, it's not bulky, it's not annoying. Just try to keep as least amount of books as you can, and then just switch them out of your locker. Trust me, your locker is gonna be your best friend if you do this. The next thing is about organization. Speaking of lockers, you want to keep your locker organized, you want to keep your backpack organized, you want to keep your school supplies organized. So I cannot stress this enough. Don't have the one thing folder. If you guys don't know what the one thing folder is, it's just this one folder that you have that you keep every single subject in. Do not do that. Get different folders for different subjects. Social studies, math, art, English, all of that type of stuff. Get different folders for each period of your day. It's gonna help you so much. It's gonna be less clutter. You're gonna know where everything is. You're not gonna listen, teachers don't like the kid that just has the one thing folder. You take it out, you put it on your desk, and you look through it for your homework, and you just can't find it. Why? Because you're not organized. Because you have the one thing folder. Don't do the one thing folder. Speaking of work and getting organized with folders and all of that stuff, another thing is to always do your homework. I know that a lot of people just get lazy, procrastinate, don't do their homework. For me, last year, I waited till very last minute, till like midnight to do my homework, and I regret it so much. Get your homework done as soon as you get home from school. If you have an after-school activity, do it right when you get home from there. Even me, I used to do my homework during my lunch period, and it made a lot less homework for me at home, so do that. Just long story short, don't wait till midnight to do your homework like I did, because you are going to regret it so much. Do your homework right when you get out of school. All right, speaking of homework and organization, once again, the next thing is to use your agenda book. That probably came out really loud on camera, but seriously, use your agenda book. Not enough people use their agenda book. I lost mine halfway through the school year, and it really sucked, because then I didn't know what to do. Use your agenda book to write down your homework in. It's gonna make life a whole lot easier. You can check it off as you go. Just use your agenda book for your homework. Trust me, it's gonna keep you organized with your work. It's gonna keep you organized with just like a lot of different things. All right, and the last kind of tip thing that I have for you guys before hopping into questions is to join extracurricular activities such as clubs outside of school and sports and stuff like that. If you're not a sporty person, do outside of school activities like clubs and stuff like that. Personally, I did track, and then I quit when I got into 9th grade, because in 9th grade is when I started to focus more in on YouTube, and I wanted to focus on YouTube, so that's why I just completely quit sports. But if you're a sporty person, definitely join a sport. If you're not a sporty person, many other opportunities for you, as I said, such as clubs. If you're into fashion, do fashion club, there's chess club, there's video club, there's so many different things. And that is really it for just like the tips and stuff like that. So then after that, I went on to Twitter and Instagram, and I asked you guys some questions that you might have had for me, just some basic ones about freshman year, high school, all that stuff, and I wrote them down, so here I am answering them for you. All right, so the first question is, what exactly is orientation? And I know that I mentioned it right in the beginning of this video, but for those of you that were confused, orientation is basically this thing that the high school and middle schools have right before you go into school. It's like before your first day of school and everything like that. It normally takes place maybe a week before. And basically what happens at orientation is you go into the school, and they kind of just show you around the school to give you a feel of it. They talk to you about what to expect, the dress code, all that type of stuff. The next thing is how to handle harsh teachers, and now let me tell you, my trigonometry teacher last year was a bitch. Seriously, handling harsh teachers, just kind of try to puppy dog to them in a way. Get on their good side. Don't be the bad student. Do your homework. Stay on track in the class. Getting good grades is a good part of the teacher liking you. And she will probably like you. And they might be harsh, yeah, but it's just something to deal with. That's just how a lot of teachers are, so yeah. So the next thing is your first day expectations, and this girl also wants me to share what my first day of freshman year was like. So my first day of freshman year was very chilled out, really. I mean, I found a lunch table easily with my friends I know, and I don't really know. I didn't really have that much of a difficult time freshman year. There's gonna be people there to help you. If the upperclassmen are nice enough, they'll like show you where to go. There's gonna be teachers that will show you where to go, so you'll be fine. I was fine. I don't know. My first day was pretty much fine. I mean, you'll be very confused on your first day of where to go. I mean, there will probably be a lot of confusion, but you'll get used to it. It's okay. The next question is what to bring on your first day of school. Do not bring all of your school supplies on the first day of school. You should bring all your school supplies between like the second, third, and fourth day of school. For your first day of school, just bring like a notebook and a pen or a pencil where you could write things down in. Just like basically just paper and a pencil and maybe a folder. You're gonna need a folder because teacher's gonna give you a supply list probably, so you have to put them in a folder. So yeah, just like a notebook, a pen or pencil, and a folder, and you should be fine. Also, I would suggest bringing your backpack. Even though you're just bringing those 3 things, I would suggest bringing your backpack because some teachers are going to give you textbooks on the first day. I know that a lot of my teachers gave us textbooks on the first day of school, so I don't think you want to be holding around a lot of textbooks throughout the day, so I would suggest a backpack also. And the last question is, do you really lose all of your middle school friends when you enter high school? The answer is yes and no. Because this person said, she said, are you going to lose all of your friends? You're not going to lose all of them, however, you probably will lose a majority of them, but it's okay, because then you'll gain better ones back. Because you're probably going to be friends with a girl and you think that she's great and everything, your best friend, you get into high school, oh my god, look, she's doing meth. Do you want to be friends with her? I didn't think so. So that is it for this video though, guys. If I missed out on anything though, make sure to comment it in the comments below, and everybody make sure to go read those comments because, I mean, comments are always a great place for discussion. So if you agree with some, disagree, whatever you want to share with me, make sure to comment it below and it can help somebody out probably. Unless you're telling them, oh, do cocaine when you get into high school, then that's a different story. Please don't listen to that. And I hope you enjoyed this video, so make sure to give it a big thumbs up. So now I'm gonna slide to the side to let you know that I upload videos every Monday and Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern. If you like this video, if you like all my other videos, then I suggest that you say subscribe to stay tuned for all my videos. So bam, click the subscribe and they'll be right here. If you didn't check out my last video, which was my August Love with Food unboxing and taste test with my loving boyfriend Evan, then make sure to go check it out. The link will be right here, and I suggest that you watch it because it's really funny, and I think that he wants you guys to watch it too because he's on FaceTime with me right now, and I mean, I think he's pretty ecstatic about this video. You know, let's get his opinion. So Evan, what do you think? Do you think they should watch it?
Hell yes.
There you go. And the last thing, tweet me, DM me, comment on my pictures. Long story short, I do social media. Bam! BeautyChickee. Make sure to go follow me on Twitter and Instagram. And if you did, then make sure to tell me that you came from this video. All this information will be linked here as well as in the down bar below. I almost messed that up. But yeah. With that being said, I'm going to go, Chickies. I hope you enjoyed this video and more back to school videos to come. So yeah, with that being said, ciao, ciao.